Don't clap for me because after I say what I have to say, y'all won't be clapping for me. What for you? I feel like you can't even say anything about you're preaching to the black community in a room full of white people.
I was at an HBCU last night.
You're preaching about the black community in a
room. I was at HBCU last night.
Well, take that message back to the HBCU.
I already did.
Donald Trump Jr. My question is, how do you support your father for the things that he said, such as he believes that you should grab women by the...
He didn't say that. I want to say something.
Thank you for being here. What's your name?
Okay, my name is Quinn Thomas, and one day I will be the president of the United States.
Hey!
Bye. Don't clap for me because after I say what I have to say, y'all won't be clapping for me. I came here not with the idea to yell or to protest or do any of that because I just wanted to learn and hear what other people of opposing ideology had to say.
Give them a round of applause for that.
But I thought I would be here at something more open where we could all have conversation. I felt like I was just being attacked every 20 seconds with the language and the rhetoric that you guys use.
Like
Candace,
what?
Like Candace, I feel like for you, I feel like you can't even say anything about you're preaching to the black community in a room full of white people.
I was at an HBCU last night.
You're preaching about the black community in a
HBCU last night.
Well, take that message back to the HBCU.
I already did. I did. It's live.
How disrespectful. How like what? How are you that disrespectful? The entitlement that some of these college kids have is insane to me. You show up at a person's event and then proceed to disrespect them at their own event. You can't even have the level of decency to be respectful. And there's this weird thing that these black people do where they try to control other black people if they don't go along with whatever narrative that they want them to go along with. It's very strange. It's so hypocritical. These same people complain about being silenced, and then when you go against the grain, they want to silence you.
Live streams.
Well, take it back.
So you're wrong. So you just try to say something that's not true. You're trying to paint the room as if there's all white people here is not, and you're trying to make it seem like I'm afraid to go speak to my community, and you're wrong. So that'll be shut down.
Candace, I clearly know that you have taken this message on the road to HBCU.
Last night.
As I learned from you, because before today I didn't know who you were. But what I was saying was, Candace, is I don't feel like you can have that conversation here in a room full of white people.
Because of liberals. Because they kept interrupting us.
Why do you feel like we have to be segregated? Why do you feel like we have to be segregated from white people?
But back to my question to somebody who I know, because I don't know you.
Some future president.
Donald Trump Jr. Yeah, Donald Trump Jr. My question is, how do you support your father for the things that he said, such as he believes that you should grab women by the...
He didn't say that. I want to say something. Let's do it. Let me do it.
What? The better question is, where's his father? I must be part of a different time, because this is, you got to at least have some level of basic decency to not disrespect someone you don't even know.
Let me do it.
That's a ridiculous question, first and foremost, because I'm sure you've never said anything bad.
Are you mad?
I'm sure.
But you just called liberals bitches, right? But you're mad. You're mad. You're mad.
First and foremost, actually, since we're bringing up HBCU, somebody asked this question, and she asked it respectfully because she wasn't trying to get a bunch of attention, which is what you're trying to do right now. And she said to me, Candace, how can you support a president that said that he wants to grab women by the pussy? First off, the left ran away with that, and they changed around his words. He said specifically that there are women who would literally let them grab them by the pussy. He did say that, correct? And I asked her a question back. I said, how bizarre is it that we are pretending, as people, especially in the black community, that listen to hip-hop lyrics, when all they do is talk about groupies, and how groupies will literally let men do anything to them. Basketball stars talk about this, rappers talk about this in their music, Jay-Z talks about this, Beyonce talks about this in her music, about girls that try to be up on Jay-Z and her man. Now all of a sudden we're all going, oh my goodness, I can't believe that men having a private conversation behind closed doors acknowledge the same thing, that there are women who act like that. So it's a fake question. You're acting like that's not something that we all know.
But do you
He didn't say he was going to go around and grab women by the... You've taken that and you've made something that's not real, and it's not...
And the truth is, most people know is an unfair characterization by the media to try and paint Trump as this savage. I will say I've never heard that particular phrasing of that act. You know, the logistics of, you know, grabbing a woman by her is something to be, you know, explored. But as far as him saying that he would just randomly go do it to some random woman is absolutely a mischaracterization of what he said. He said, as Candace mentioned, that when you're famous, certain women will allow you to do things that they otherwise wouldn't. It's that simple. And we all know that's a thing. We all know it. As she mentioned, rappers talk about it. Rock stars talk about it. Everyone knows it's a thing. It's so crazy how people just hear something from the media and just run with it. Media says it's bad and they got their programming, so therefore they're going to dislike Trump for it. Even though a week ago they were supporting their favorite rapper, expressing the same thing.
Not true. He never said that.
There's also a double standard.
Candace?
There's also a double standard here because,
question.
by the way, anyone in this room, have any of you guys had a beer?
No, because I don't drink.
So you guys are conservatives. So having a beer in high school or college would preclude you from public service later on in life. But if you were the president and you were a liberal, you could blow lines all day long and it's not a problem.
His name
That's
is
the
Bill
double
Clinton.
standard
This is
of what's
virtue
out
signaling.
there.
This is
You
why-
can do cocaine and be president,
Right.
but if you're conservative, you can't have a beer.
But this is why
Doesn't
nobody
seem
identifies
equal.
with the left anymore. They act like there's some angel princesses. Oh, we would never say that about a groupie.
Again, the children are not all right. The college students are not all right. Someone needs to go ahead and do an ethnographic study on college campuses and the students that occupy those spaces, because it's getting outrageous. These people, some of them, will occupy positions of power. This kid wants to be president. That spells the end of our democracy. This kid aspires to be president. That sounds like an absolute clown world.